Yeah, buddy! Woo! That was a bit more hectic than last time I was here. Mate.
Oh, I wasn't going to go home without trying.
Alright guys, it's going to be an awesome adventure this weekend, so come and join me and see if we can get the bus up Beerlock Hill. Righto, so we've come down to Conqueror, all the way from Mackay. We've made it here.
I like you when you move it, so tell me how you do it. Moving to the beat, grab a kick and let's do it. I like you when you move it.
Yep. So 2 small matches at the front, big one will lock it to slide in place. Yep. And then we just stop and zip it up. With the awning, I'm a bit lazy because I'm vertically challenged, so I will tilt.
For any of those short people out there, a couple of mates that I've got, Wolfie, vertically challenged.
On your all list lights, touch lights.
So that's pretty handy. All it is a gas assistant. So you just pop it up. You got 2 handles on top. Usually you got 2 knobs that you just put in for the frame. That just keep it locked in. You've got water pump, lights, fridge, external outlets all on different switches here. It's got USB, it's got cigarette lighter socket, more USB ports, 240 volt power. It's very, very handy.
Radio is a Bluetooth.
Yep.
Don't hold your breath in getting reception out in the bush. Just Bluetooth it to your phone. Have your own music.
So everything here is all inclusive. Everything that you see here comes with the van when you buy it. Knives, forks, spoons, cutlery, plates, bowls, everything you want. Wine glasses. Everything's plastic obviously, but just good for when you're camping. You get those kids around or people get rowdy. What I don't have is the tow hitch that goes in here. So when I spoke to these guys on the phone, they were going to supply it, but the issue is they've got a Toyota tow hitch and it doesn't fit in the patrol slot. So they're a little bit different, got a different pin setup. We're bottoming out, so we're going to have to go and get one. Just those little things that you need that take you half an hour to go and get when you're in this rat race. You all right? Jesus, I didn't abandon you.
He wasn't impressed.
He wasn't impressed, was he, stupid?
He was really good.
Hey, you had the car drive away, didn't you? What are you doing?
Good boy. Ready to go have some fun.
Ready to go?
You
Mate,
are.
thank you very much.
Not a problem, enjoy.
Yeah, we'll do.
You enjoy?
We'll have heaps of fun, no doubt.
Bet you will.
Sure it's limits.
Can't wait for the photos. That's good. That's good.
Nah, cheers.
You guys have fun.
Thanks, Sean. Alright guys, it's been 17 hours of travelling. Paul Tarley has done an extra 5 on top of that. And we are literally within a kilometre of getting to the entrance to the Springs 4x4 Park. How excited I am for this weekend, you have no idea. You gotta watch on and find out. Oh, here we are. Springs 4x4 Park. And drive. Where are you now? the tracks at the Springs, like a lot of it's like hill climbs, really rocky stuff that's really like loose gravel and everything else. So it's really important to maintain traction on this stuff. It's a lot worse in those really bad rocky dry hill climbs. So what we want to do is when we're airing our tyres down, we want to increase the length of the tyre to give ourselves more traction on the road to be able to get rid of the loose stuff and get down to the hard stuff underneath. So your tyre spinach will happen, but it's just a matter of getting rid of that loose stuff off the top and then getting down to the hard stuff underneath to be able to get that traction to be able to get up the hill. So our running pressure here, it's sort of car individual, and depending on your tyre setup and your bead, your wheel setup, we're going to go down to about 12 psi for the weekend, and we might even go a little bit lower if we try and have a go at Beerlock Hill, just to try and increase that length of the tyre as much as we can to get that traction to get up on those rocky steps. So, alright guys, we're down here at the Mickey Thompson test track at the front of the Springs 4x4 park. We're just about to do a little bit of a flex segment going through here. Lockie just went through in the front in the cruiser, and we got hung up a couple of times, but we'll see how we go. This is with flavor.
That was a bit more hectic than last time I was here. may have left a bit of a skid mark in my pants there.
That gets the nerves going a little bit, especially that first one when we lifted that back wheel right up. That was a little bit of fun. I wasn't really expecting that, but once we take our sway bar out, that might help it a little bit with a little bit of extra travel. Longer wheelbase has helped you through there, didn't it? Mine sat on its belly because I sat in the middle of the tyres. Man, it's unreal how much it helps. Yeah. So this here is a mini gunshot at the Springs 4x4 park. It's a little bit off camber and a little bit more, not so much of an incline, but it'll still be a lot of fun. The worst thing about this race is I can't see a thing. Well, that wasn't too bad. It wasn't as bad as gunshot itself with the step. Hard bellied out. We might set up for a recovery here. What do I need them for? You let me know what you want, bro.
want me to nose in and get the winch out?
Yeah, I think so. I think last time we had to do something like this, it was Shelley was climbing out the passenger side because we rolled the cruiser. So this here is a fuse shackle. So what it does is it creates this here to be the weak point. And because we've got a hard connection here, we don't want this flying off and hitting anyone. So we're going to run a dampener on this end near the heavy point. So if anything was to break and let go here, this will drop straight to the ground. It's not going to go back and go through his windscreen. And safety when you're doing this stuff, because things break, things fail. I don't think we really need too much of a tow, but if you're doing stuff in like, you know, like deep sand and you're like soft sand and you're bellying out and everything's sort of...
I'm going to go forward to get my drawer open. Do you want to pull the rope as I come forward?
It really creates that suction on the car when you're doing recoveries. It's very important to make sure that you're doing stuff safely so this here doesn't turn into a projectile. That there, imagine that coming through your windscreen and hitting you in the head. You would not live through that. More like Jim Carrey with the rhinoceros.
So we're going to try and drive it that way and see what happens.
I was just wondering if that was a Toyota recovering a Nissan. Just wasn't sure, that's all.
Mate, he just come in for moral support. That was all that was. Yeah. You're a Nissan driver, you need to just do more of this. You're meant to be on my team.
If you're wondering, I think you're stuck.
He's too long and he was too short. It's pretty well some of it.
Long wheelbase bit me in the bum. Side step's buried in the dirt on this side. So Cam's going to return the favour and pull me back, and we'll give it another bite, see if we can't place the wheels a bit better.
Recovery time. We'd probably be doing this all weekend with him.
Yeah.
At least you won't roll out of bed.
You're just stuck there for a while. I know.
Well, when you're doing that, you want to take your foot off the brake.
Foot's not on the brake, brother.
Come slowly, come slowly, come slowly. Yeah, stop, stop.
I think you're stuck. It's exactly the same thing.
Drive a little bit. Yeah. Keep going. Toyota, see you buy one.
Oh my god, I've got a long wheelbase, so I can do it. No, I can't.
Whatever you're doing it wrong, so you need to do the opposite. Feel that, but look at the front of the car. Oh, clear.
nice. That did not go as planned, and I don't think I'm going to try that again.
That was a little bit of fun. I come through the other way and got hung up there, and I kind of said to Lockie before I went down, I was like, you're going to get hung up on that for sure. I didn't expect myself to get caught on it, but we're going to watch this little Suzuki Sierra go through. You can see the difference between a standard wheelbase, a long wheelbase and a short wheelbase now. And you'll drive it in two-wheel drive. It's that easy. Short wheelbase makes a big difference, eh, for like clearance. This guy in the driver's seat here is 80 years old. What a good old legend. Like, for him to come out here and have a go at this in his little Suzuki in two-wheel drive, and have a crack at that, that's awesome to see. Well done. Eight-year-old bloke. Yeah, how good?
Just because he's got a short wheelbase and a fifth of the weight.
Huge difference, hey? It was really good comparison because mine's just a standard wheelbase.
Yeah.
Yours is a long wheelbase. And he runs through in the Suzuki Sierra in a short wheelbase.
I didn't realise he was in two-wheel drive trying to get up.
In a leafy.
Yeah.
Just nuts,
Well,
hey? How good is that?
It's weird that he's not getting up there.
Yeah.
What a champion.
So good. We just had our first night down here at the Springs 4x4 Park for the Motorculture Weekender, and we got rolling in with this. So we picked this one up yesterday from the guys at Conqueror in Brizzy. So thank you to those guys for that. But we just had our first night in it last night, and I tell you, I don't think I've slept in that much luxury coming from rooftop tent or a swag on the ground, and just to set this up in the 15 minutes that it takes you to set it up and roll it out and just sleep in luxury with the fans on, or you can run the aircon, or sort of however you want. You got hot water, shower, everything. So complete luxury. It's really great. So we're gonna pack it up now. We're gonna run it through and see how it tows around the park, and we really capture this how we're going off road. So this here is the extra bed that comes out. So this here can be either a bedroom, so an extra like part of the bedding, or you can have it as a lounge room for your TV and everything set up in there. So. And then you could, if you're just one person or a couple, you can literally just have the one bed set up, and then you can have your like lounge room and everything in there, TV going, watch your Netflix. Anyone out there towing trailers and campers and doing stuff that are, like extreme off-road or even off-road, traveling around or whatever, and you've got these chains in here. There's a positive and a negative way to do these up, and there's a little bit of for and against which way. I like to cross them over, because if by chance that the trailer pops off here, you create a little bit of a cradle in the bottom here. It's not my content. I don't know who sort of come up with it first. There's plenty of people out there that put it out there, so thank you to those guys, because you can probably save a life or save someone from really hurting themselves down the road. So we got Lockie, we got Talia riding shotgun here with me. You can stick your head over here and say hello. Hello. We've got Reese, and we got Joshy behind the camera. So we're gonna boost it down to a couple of these tracks. We're gonna get some really good stuff. We're gonna put this camper short paces in, see how it holds up to the test of what they're built for. Trailer's about to come up on that. jump out quickly and have a bit of a look and get a bit of a gauge. Oh well, first time towing a trailer through something like this, and looks like it could be a little bit of excitement. Because we got the camper on, we're going to try and straddle, come down on this with the wheel, and then I'll come around. So I might even have to come this way with my car, and then come around to get the trailer wheel down onto this.
Yep.
Come around, and then I'll come around here, and I'll try and come down there to put the centre of the...
Just got to watch this little bit here. It's a bit of a steep.
That's what I mean. So I'll try to straddle the middle of that, and I'll get my wheel around over this side.
Yeah, copy.
And then come down there. I think that's a pretty good line for that one. Hey?
Waterfall method.
Waterfall method. Yeah. Yeah. Straddle that. Try not to let the wheel fall in there.
Yep. You'll have to sort. Yeah. It'll be interesting to see where that camper goes on that right hand side.
Come around, and it's probably going to jump up on here when we come around.
Yep.
The camper, because it'll
Keep an eye out.
cut in a bit. All right. You all good? And remember, safety is #1 priority.
Come straight at that bit. Maybe even a bit of left because that trailer's going to drag over top that big rock. Doing right, straight at that. Trailer's just going to come up on the right hand side now as you roll through. Go steady. Trailer comes up and back in. Beautiful. Right, a bit right. Drop into it there. Bit of right hand down. Keep on with that. Go straight a bit. Hold up.
Roll bar.
And loop.
If we jack the airbag suspension up, is that going to be good or bad? Or can we let it down to pick up the front up? Or?
I don't think that's going to do much.
Yep. The only thing we can do is just
It's
drag
not going to be much before that wheel starts picking up, but if you can pick the bags up in the trailer, it should clearance that A-frame a little bit. Yeah, it's not going to feel nice.
So we just tried to get that airbag suspension up a little bit just to get off the drawbar. We'll jump back in and see if we can get through it without doing anything too bad.
Keep going straight, that's right. Keep the big one, keep going there.
Did that trailer fall in that hole?
Again, coming straight at that, well not straight, sorry, at that angle of your steering for a tiny bit. Yeah, fine. Come straight down at that, hopefully the trailer will follow through and miss that step. Should roll bars kick again. Yeah, it's not. It's kick. Hey, jam rock under this right hand side. It's going to sound ugly before it gets better. Steady.
So that tap just must have got caught there, and all we need to do is just cut that hose off there, and we can just rejoin that, and then we can pop rivet that back on. And but it's probably a little bit of, you know, like a testament. Maybe we put the tap up here so it's up higher out of the way, so that way it can't get ripped off underneath the bottom here. So it's what we brought it out here for, to test it, so that way we can make improvements for when they do the new models.
There we go. At least I know it's still there.
Fucking limousine.
Goddamn apartment building.
Got a long
I said to him, Ron, you know, I feel like if you're towing and you're doing something like that, the automatic would definitely be more beneficial for anyone out there wanting to purchase something and do something along those lines. But it is able to be done. Our little mate Samson, I said to him this morning, I was like, "Come on, get up, jump up," and he was just like, "Nah." He just continued to sit there and just lay in the shade. So he's not with us today. He's just hanging out back at camp in the shade. But it's probably a good spot for him. It's pretty hot out here today. You know, he's a good little ambassador and he's a bit of a trooper most of the time. But sometimes he just needs a little bit of a break, the little fella.
Bit of a rock step up on the left coming up, so I'm just going to try and straddle that. That was unsuccessful, so we'll try again.
Yeah, because really this rock here just pushes you down into it. Climb this bank up a little bit. It's notched out on that side. That's the only thing. So once you get your wheel up past this first step, you're gonna want to try and come up here and try and hold that to try and level your car out a bit more, I think.
Yeah, got to be able to try and ride that a little bit with the right wheel. It'll keep you off that rock bit there too, and all that.
Yeah, I think that's probably your best bet, but you're gonna have to do it with a little bit of momentum is the hard part. Yep, driver. Yep, keep going. Keep going. Yes, straighten up. Holy. Even that last bit at the end there is pretty hectic, pretty wild. Like, kind of gets my ticker going a little bit if I'm going to try and do that with a camper on, but might put us in a little bit of a pickle. It might end up being a winch sort of setup, but we'll have a go. We're gonna have to hit it with a bit of mumbo, but it's that rock step really that I'm worried about with the camper coming up and hitting that rock step on the right hand side, passenger side. I'm scared just watching it.
The whole container of thumbtacks flew off the dash, opened and went straight under his pants, and he was like,
Oh, how funny is that? Whole container of thumbtacks while he was driving up that hill went off the dash straight into his left pants.
The question is, why the fuck does he have
thumbtacks? What pranks is he playing on people?
That felt pretty wild coming up there, I'm not going to lie.
You did well to get up, but
Oh man,
like,
that was a good drive. It was ballsy effort, especially even up here, like, because I should have said to you a little bit of left hand down as you're coming up. Yeah, I'm kind of glad we sent you up first just to get a bit of a gauge of how the car reacts on it.
I am too.
So just remembering we're unlocked. We're not in a locked vehicle. See how we go up here.
Because if you pull it right, that camper trailer's going to hit that bank coming up through there. It's not going to be nice.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. I'm agreeing.
You've got to hit that step up, and then it's going to turn all ugly because that game trailer's going to throw into that bank as you go.
Yeah, I kind of feel the same way, so might back out and we'll go around.
Sounds good. I'll meet you up through it.
Yeah, it would have been nice, but it's just too chopped out, and there's too much loose gravel on top of it to be able to try and get that traction with that weight onto the back, like pull me back down.
Yeah, that's right. It just transfers the load and takes the traction off the front. And with that rock step up, it's not going to be nice. There's no point risking damage and stuff, and there's no need to.
It's not even risky,
Yeah,
it's pretty much guaranteed it's going to damage.
Yeah, like Reece just said, there's no risk. It's pretty much guaranteed you get the damage done.
It wouldn't even matter if I was twin locked or whatever, I think we're still at the same risk.
100%. Because the way the ground is, with how loose it is, the traction definitely needs to wobble and This was nice, undented and not scratched, and still opens and closes, which is nice. But there was a clearance light there, which is no longer. Not bad at all, considering. We'll try again.
Plan this morning, we're just going to go for a wander up here and go and get a coffee and come back, we'll cook some brekkie up.
I would buy some caramel latte. Nice latte caramel.
Last night we just went inside there and had a bit of a look at the red arc, red vision system, and went in there. We had like 62% something left over with the battery from yesterday. Went to bed and woke up this morning, we're at 30%. So we had the camp lights on all night, the fridge is running, music playing, and to only use 30% overnight, I think that's pretty well done. And as you can see there, we got 6.4 amps coming in, or 9.1 amps coming in. This is our draw, so nearly 3 amps of draw with the fridge and stereo and stuff going here, some lighting, chargers. So we're still in a surplus of 6.4 amps for this morning, so that's pretty good going.
Drivers are ready and we are racing.
Windows up, one passenger only, so no pooch this time.
No pooch, yeah.
Alright, stay safe, have fun. I do not want to be working on you, either of you two. Nah, we're good. Alright, windows up.
I thought it was like a, I don't know, finish line. Roll through it.
There goes
There's one in every crowd. So, when I was down the bottom here, they never briefed me to tell me that I can't drive through the flagging at the top. They didn't tell me I need to stop at the top, so I technically got disqualified for the first time round. However, I did another run with Christian, and Christian had a bit of a play up with the Yokohama car, so he wanted to have another go. But we beat him again for the second time. Now his ego's a little bit bruised, and we're going to go have another crack against someone else.
know what this track is, but it's a bit wild. First gear low range. Give it a bit, cover them in a bit of dust down the back there. These yokies are working for it around here today. Just a bit of that off camber side, patch there, and the line, up and over we go. Nice, nice. Yeah. A bit of a rock step up there. Hold on to it. So right where I am, this is the really shitty off camber part. There's not really much you can do about it, but try and hug that left hand side as much as you can. It's really ugly. I was really worried for him because he's got the rooftop tent and everything on. He's got that weight up high, and coming through there, he did really well to hug that left-hand bank. Oh, just for me to do a, I don't know, 30-metre dash from there to here to try and follow him up to get that camera shot. Man, I'm bugging.
How you feeling?
A bit rooted actually.
It's a
bit of a climb.
Yeah. It didn't feel as bad as I thought it was gonna.
Proper. How you feeling? Good. Good?
Yeah, some good outside footage of it.
It's a lot of property that he's got out here, part of the Springs 4x4 park. It's a bit of a lot of it is very rocky, and there's some really good like Beerlock Gorge and other things like that that are really cool to be able to get to. But you need a very capable, like rock crawling four-wheel drive to be able to kind of take some of the stuff that they've got over there. But we've just made it to the top of Love Hill here and have a look at the view. So that one over there is Bald Knob, the one up the top there. That's where we did our outro last time. So what we might do here is do a little bit of a turn around, get the cars side by side, so you can see just how good the view is out here behind us. How good's this? Like to come up here and have a look at the view and hang out here and catch up with some mates, you know, share some time with the weekend and, you know, spend some time together just wheeling around the park, catching up with people that you haven't seen for a while and sharing a few drinks around a campfire at night. It'd be really nice, like being up in Mackay, it'd be really nice to be down here and be able to spend more time with these mates that I've got and just be able to do more stuff, you know, you've got the 4x4 park here, you've got Black Duck Valley, you know, there's so many good opportunities. Coffs isn't far from here either. You know, the Glass House, everyone knows the Glass House. To be able to go there and wheel and do that with these boys and everyone else that you know sort of in the area would be really cool. So anyway, we're gonna go and watch some Beerlock Hill and we'll let the roll on. So Lucas is the owner of the Springs 4x4 Park, and it's such a good environment that he's created down here for you to come down and, you know, be a part of the events that go on. They've got plenty of events. There's the tread event. There's the stuff for breast cancer. There's
there's a lot of cool stuff that he's got. There's not just the Motorculture event is what we're doing this weekend. So.
You guys have been amazing across the whole weekend. So give us all yourselves a round of applause for the support of each and every one of you, because it's been an amazing weekend. How many humans can we have on Beerlock Hill?
Yeah, we're all going up. You're coming up.
You guys are absolute legends. Fair dinkum, that was awesome.
Every time you come back and look at it, the rock steps get bigger. There's more rubber up there, like black marks. Like, I'm nervous just thinking about it, to be honest. Like, my ticker's going, and you'd be much the same. Like, a bit of shakes going. You're like, oh, do I go or don't I? Just saying that. No GU patrol last week made it up, so we'll watch this first one and then we'll go for a walk up the top and I'll get at the angle from coming out the way.
That's where it gets spicy. Oh, you've done that nicely. Oh, come on! Holy.
Control made it, unlocked as well, LSD.
So who's his group of friends?
He had a good drive. That was a good drive. He was committed.
When he comes...
Yeah, buddy! Woo! He would have been puckering, man. Oh.
Running back on the ground. Slide, speed, and wheel spin is not the key. Right in here.
So that's it. We're having a go at Beerlock Hill. I think my balls just shrunk. Oh, Shane's coming to put the pressure on. So this is my mate Shane in the 60 series.
How you going?
And that just made me more nervous.
Get that coming!
Literally, I didn't think it was going up. But it's a game we play, you know. It's things that we do. You know, we're all here for a bit of fun and a bit of stuff, but it's good to see him walk away safely.
Lucas and the team have safety as their #1 priority in the park. His team and the event organisers, as well as the medical staff, acted with professionalism and haste in dealing with the emergency situation. Errol was taken to hospital that night immediately and was unharmed, only suffering mild bruises and grazes. His car was equipped with a full roll cage, exoskeleton harness inside, and he has been 4-wheel driving for over 60 years Experience, safety measures and planning are the reasons this incident didn't end up worse than it did. Big thank you to everyone involved in the outcome of this emergency incident.
So what a crazy day, mate. Like, you know, like to come out here and just like wheel around the park and do the things that we've done today and like hang out and catch up with friends. Like, it's so good to.
It's such a great place.
So good to see you.
You too. I haven't seen you in ages.
The Territory was the last time I saw you.
The
Territory ship.
Yeah.
So, you know, like, it really got really wild in the end, mate.
That Sierra that rolled down the hill, that was incredible.
So that guy is 80 years old, and we caught up with him yesterday, and he's one of the marshals here on the team. He like rolls around. He absolutely adores four-wheel driving, and yeah, he's pretty sure his little Suzuki is his little pride and joy. Yeah. We caught up with him at the test track out the front there, you know, and he was just like driving up and down, like doing some really mad stuff.
Yeah.
You know, and he was driving around two-wheel drive, like just having fun. So. And then to see that like massive accident today, it really like hits you and brings you home.
Absolutely, it does. Yeah. I mean, you were up next. You were planning to go up that.
I was lining up for it, so I was really. It really took me by surprise actually of how upset I got over it, because it was going through my brain, because every time you stand at the bottom of that hill, it's a giant hill.
Yeah.
And it's a huge risk.
But the camera doesn't do it justice either.
Not at all. So it was your first time seeing that hill?
Yeah, it was. Yeah, this afternoon, first time I saw it.
What was your impression?
I couldn't believe how steep it was, especially in the centre. Like, it's just, it goes steep and then it's steeper again.
I think I tried to explain it to you when we were in the Territory.
You did,
it was just like, man, once you're there and you see it in person, you're just like, wow. Like, that's why cars make it halfway up and then they roll back.
Yeah, that's right.
They break something halfway up.
And when I seen, you can see the bonnet from behind the car. It's just, that really brought it home how steep it was.
Gives you that perspective, doesn't it? Like, it's not something that you see every day.
No.
And Lucas mentioned that from up there today, because he had that might have been the, what was it, the MQ patrol that went up.
The short wheelbase
one. He had that XO cage as well.
Yes, that's right.
So yeah, it was pretty crazy.
Yeah, it was.
I was actually up the top filming, like looking back down, looking at it, and I thought he might have actually went.
Yeah.
But I suppose the big thing for me, because I was contemplating whether I was doing it or not, and I'd seen a couple of unlocked patrols do it, and I was like, so I actually said to the team, I was like, I'm coming down, we're going to do it.
Yeah.
And then they sort of cut it off a little bit, and then I went and spoke to the marshals, and they were like, yeah, you can do it. And then it just never eventuated after that, like as you saw, like right there.
It was all just stopped, yeah.
And man, that's a massive rollover, like crazy. Like, you know, there's people everywhere, everything's hectic, everyone's frantic. And the biggest thing for me, like being emotional, was I was going to take my little cousin in the car.
Yeah, I was going to say you had a passenger too.
And she's a 14-year-old, and I brought her down here. She's travelled. You know, I travelled 17 hours to be here, and she's 5 hours on top of me. So she's travelled 22 hours to come down here.
Yeah.
And I think for me to put her at risk like that, and it really it very upset me to think that maybe something like that would have happened to us, or you know, I don't know if I'd be able to live myself if I heard it. You know, so.
Well, there's two sides to it. You can travel around here and have so much fun, and you don't break anything, you don't hurt anyone.
Yeah.
But there's that side of it as well. So.
Yeah, it's crazy, right? And we're all part of the four-wheel drive community. No one likes to see it, but it's the game we play sometimes.
Yeah.
It's the risk we take. We always like. There's many a times like I rolled a car here. You swamped your car in Nolan's.
I wasn't here to see that. Yes, I did.
You know.
Swimming, yes.
Yeah. There's many repercussions that come out of it, and in that frantic moment, everyone sort of just things just happen. Things get crazy, like when you're trying to do a recovery.
I mean, even in Nolan's, I remember I just don't care. I just want to do it. I don't care the repercussions, but until you stop and think about it later.
It was such a good place to be in, like just coming down here and experiencing it. We got live music playing in the background. It's such a good event to be a part of, and I really got a big shout out to Lucas and the team today, the medical staff, everyone. He's all reacted very well. I take my hat off to you. He's performing under pressure.
on a big stage like that in front of a lot of people. He's done really well, so I don't really have anything else to add to that, but thanks for the trip. Oh, this guy's just rolled in. This guy's just rolled in right at the end. All right, guys, thanks for watching. Thanks for coming along, mate. We're gonna sign off here and get on a couple beers and catch up with some friends, but enjoy the night.